I love 55 plus communities. You guys know that. Today I want to talk about the 15 reasons many people love and enjoy 55 plus communities as well. If you have a comment that you'd like to add, put that below about what you enjoy about these communities. And at the end, maybe some things I didn't even think of that you'd like to add. So number one on our list today, and guys, these are not in any special order. Just know that this first one, though, is a biggie for a lot of people. And that is access to active lifestyle amenities. What are those amenities? That would be things like golf or swimming or pickleball or the fitness center. Most communities have an assortment of different options for you, and you might choose your community based on the things that you like. If you want to golf every single day, you don't probably want to be in a small community without a golf course, depending on where it is, of course, because here in Arizona, there's a golf course literally on every corner. But if you want it in your community where you can drive your little golf cart right down to the course, then there are plenty of good communities for that. Swimming, generally, most communities will have an indoor and an outdoor pool. Some of the larger communities will have multiple pools. So you'll kind of figure out where you want to fit based on what your activity lifestyle is going to look like. Maybe you don't do those things now, but you've always wanted to do those things. The key is you can be active at a very low cost, which mostly is included in your HOA dues. So that is a biggie for many people. Number two on our list is low maintenance living. If you've looked at real estate listings or you have seen any of my videos, you probably figured out that we go for low maintenance, low upkeep in our yards, front and back. Many people choose to have a totally xeriscaped yard with minimal water use, if any. If you plant desert plants, you're really not going to need to water the things that live outside the fence. It comes down to a matter of personal preference. But bottom line, you're getting rid of your snowblower, you're getting rid of your lawnmower. You're not going to need those things anymore. Now, as far as the maintenance of your home itself, exterior, most of our homes are made of stucco, so you're not going to have to worry about painting too often, maybe every 10 years. In the case of my home that I own, it hadn't been painted for 20 years, so very low expense there. We have mostly tile roofs, which will last 15 to 20 years, depending on which way they face and how well they were installed. But that is not a big cost that you're going to have for your exterior maintenance. I think that a low maintenance lifestyle is important to all of us at this age. Number three, I just had to do that. I don't know why, but I thought it was fun. Number three is a sense of community. In every community, big or small, you are going to find your people. That is people that have the same interests of you. Yes, you'll have next door neighbors you can get to know, but you're going to know a lot of people in the community based on the activities that you like to do and just general things. You go for a walk every day, you're going to get to know your neighbors. And hey, every day when you go past them, and pretty soon you'll stop to talk and you will have people you can call on if you need something. I think that's important in this disconnected age that we all live in right now, especially since COVID. We kind of got in the habit of independence, staying in our home, not needing anything. So bottom line, you are going to have people that you can hang out with, that you can do fun things with, that you can just flat out talk to. No isolation unless you choose it in these communities. Now, if you're an introvert, nobody's going to force you to interact. But the interaction is there if you want it and if you need it. Somebody like me, I'm an extrovert sometimes, but other times I don't want to talk to anybody. I like the idea of people being around when I want and need them. And you will definitely find that kind of lifestyle in a 55 plus community. Number 4, safety and security. That is a premium reason that people love 55 plus communities. As we age, it may not be a big deal when you're 54, but by the time you're 86, you want to make sure you're in a good, safe neighborhood. And sometimes the neighborhoods we currently live on may not be as safe and secure as an active adult community. In the case of many communities, they are gated. Lots of them are guard gated. Now, is that 100% secure? No. But at least at night, you know that outsiders really can't come in and out of the gate. Does that mean that you're not safe in a community that doesn't have a gate? Absolutely not. But for those who want that extra layer, it is there. We sell homes in a lot of 55 plus communities that are set a little bit further away from the city, and they're perfectly fine as far as safety is concerned. So I want you to consider that option. If security is a big deal, a 55 plus community is going to be a big comfort for you, and I think you'll enjoy that fact. Number 5 is access to social clubs and events. Every community is going to have a good-sized list of clubs and events that are going on. 99% of them even hire a full-time person to organize those events for you, which I think is great. I'm tired of organizing, and I bet you are too. But all of that is there if you want it. Clubs will be everything literally from A to Z. There'll be a guitar club. There'll be a mahjong club. There'll be a hand and foot card game club. There will be a bingo club. There will be a theater club. Anything you can imagine, there will be a club for it. If your obscure club is not there, you can start a club, and I guarantee you that people will say, oh, I had no idea that there was going to be an Archie comic book lovers club. I'm going to go to that. Now we know there are 2 of you. 2 could be a gang or it could be a club, but I bet you might grow to more people who actually do like Archie comic books. Number 6, eventually I'm going to run out of fingers here and we'll have to do some addition. But number 6 is an age-restricted environment. That's kind of a no-brainer, you guys, and most of us really do love that. I know I do. It's not that I don't love kids. I just don't love them in my neighborhood. I like a total quiet environment, day and night. People will still bring their grandkids. My grandkids come to see me all the time, but they leave. If you live somewhere and your grandkids will come to visit, you can still take them to most pools in communities. They might have slight restrictions on the hours, so they're welcomed and invited, but they don't live in the community, and I think that's a plus. You want people who are your peers age-wise. Now, if you're looking to move and you're a younger senior, you just started getting all those good discounts, or maybe you're looking forward to them in the next year or so, you will want a community that has new construction so that you can be with a little younger demographic. I don't get calls from a lot of 95-year-olds who are wanting to buy a house in a community because they moved here 25 years ago. Eventually, we'll all be there. But if you're younger and moving in, maybe a newer community is going to be your thing, but you're still going to have a group of peers in your age group to hang out with. And that's a really important thing for all of us. Number 7 is close proximity to healthcare. You guys need to know that those healthcare people know that we are big, big business. My own son, who's an orthopedic surgeon, said to me the other day, yeah, Mom, Arizona is an orthodox dream. I said, why is that? He said, think about it, Mom, all those hips and knees to replace. A little stinker, he's right. We all need hips and knees, but we also need good primary care. We've got that right outside the gates. You can have your choice. It's like we have a medical buffet line here in Arizona, and I'm going to tell you, not every state has that, as some of you who've checked out other states already know. Arizona is a premier destination for physicians and medical personnel to work. They want to live here, so it's easy to build a really good medical system. So no matter what your ailment is, or if you need a specialty doctor, we've got it within minutes from where you'll be living, and then maybe a 30-minute drive to the best healthcare in the nation and one of the best in the world. So I think you're going to enjoy the fact that you have got a multitude of choices of good healthcare near any 55 plus community in Arizona. Next on the list, number 8, is that 8? Ocho, for those of you who are bilingual, is on-site dining. Today I'm here at the Eagle's Nest side of Pebble Creek getting one of my favorite things, you guys know, iced tea, because it's a little warm today. But it is important and well-loved to have on-site dining options. Some communities will have smaller options than some of the big resort-type communities, like the Robeson communities. They'll have full-on, restaurants. They'll have coffee places. They've got Ed's Dogs where you can get a bite while you're at the pool. They've got pizza ovens, and they even have breweries on site now. So that is a big deal. And most people want at least a small grill at their community so that you can run down and pick up a pizza or get a sandwich, see people, go back home. I mean, let's face it, most of us aren't cooking anymore at this age. And so having a grill option is nice. Then on certain holidays, they'll have a nice brunch, maybe Easter or Christmas brunch, things like that. And when you have guests, you can take them to your restaurant. So people love having a restaurant. Again, these developers know what we want. And without a restaurant, it's just another community. So the restaurant options are very important to most of us. And if you reach out to me, I can tell you my favorites and the ones that I don't get excited about, but I have been to almost all of them, and I can tell you something good about each one. Number 9 is resort-style living. Now, some communities are a little more resorty than others, but that's the point of this new lifestyle is we all want to feel like we finally made it. We are on perpetual vacation. Most people like the look of a grassy parkway or a bunch of palm trees when they drive in the gate. Doesn't mean you need that in your front yard. We don't have lawns here in Arizona anymore. But you do want that feeling that you've arrived. You're at a country club kind of place where people are doing things, having fun inside and outside, just like when we all go on vacation to Hawaii or something. We're there for the resort amenities. This is an extension of that in our new retirement life. And for me, that is a big deal. And I know it is to most of you too. We've got those resort-style communities throughout Arizona. Some builders build a little more resorty than others. I'll let you be the judge of what your level of resort should be, but we do have it and people enjoy it and they crave it. Number 10, I do have enough fingers for this and then we have to stop with the hand motions. Number 10 is affordable living costs. Now, what that means is once you move in and you pay your monthly HOA fee, or in the case of other communities with no HOA, they might have a yearly rec center fee, which is pretty minimal for what you get. You don't have a lot of fees for things because all of your fun is built into the fee you pay once a year, HOA or an amenity fee. And you can do so many free things. I saw the other day, Sun City has, I think, 2 movie days a week, or maybe it's 2 in one day. I can't quite remember. You go to the movies for free. Where can you get that in the outside world? Oh, I know, nowhere. So lots of ways to be entertained for cheap, if you will, and at a very low cost with big value to people. All of the things like the pools are going to be free. Some classes you will have to pay an instructor fee. Usually if you do yoga, they're bringing in an outside instructor. You're going to pay a little fee for that. Or a painting class, you're going to pay for the materials. But again, if you go to the outside world to take a painting class, it's very expensive and you got to drive 45 minutes. In this case, you can go right down there in your little golf cart or your car. And in some cases, depending on where you are in the community, you can walk. So you are going to see a big savings on your overall cost of living. Usually you can get a more affordable home in a 55 plus community. Your taxes might be lower. Some communities, if they are their own city, let's take Sun City as an example, you're not paying any school taxes. So their taxes will be a little lower than other places because they're not paying for those school taxes. There is a big benefit, and if you need help analyzing that, let me know, and I can help you sort through those truly budget living communities, or we can find some that have a lot of amenities for a small fee. So I think that that is a big deal for a lot of people. We're all on a fixed income. Once we retire, we're not earning anymore. So we all have been savers. Now we have to be spenders, but we want to keep our spending to a bare minimum. Number 11 is educational and learning opportunities. Just because we retired doesn't mean we're going to go brain dead or lose our minds. Of course, my kids would say I've lost my mind generally on a daily basis. But what I mean by that is there are lots of opportunities for learning. Either you're going to learn a new game if you've never played cards, learn a new game, learn mahjong, learn whatever. Or you could take a language class. You could learn to play the guitar. There are also a lot of lectures and workshops that you can attend to keep your mind active. And really, for me at least, those are all the things that I've wanted to do and attend. But I always have to say, oh, sorry, I have to work at 11 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. Once we're retired, we can go to all of that stuff and really engage our minds and brains, as well as meet other smart people who are wanting to learn as well. So again, most of that is covered by your amenity fees or your HOA dues. It's just a big benefit. Now, one other little side thing that I want to tell you about is we have this in Arizona at ASU or other retirement areas through their local colleges and universities will generally have the ability to go audit classes at a university for a very small fee. You're taking the regular class, but you only have to attend the lecture. You're never going to have to write a paper or take a test. Lifelong learning is amazing. And so if you'd like to know more about that, just send me a message and I'll send you the link to the ASU stuff. I'm sure they have it at U of A. And like I said, most universities around the nation. I think that's an amazing thing to keep learning and keep our brains active and growing. Number 12, pet friendly. Now, many of you guys do have pets. I don't have a pet right now, but eventually I'll have a dog again. I love dogs. I'm just too busy right now. But the beauty of these communities is they know we all want dogs, big, small, and medium-sized, and cats, maybe, although you don't really see cats much. But what I want to tell you is we've got amazing dog parks in almost every community where it'll be a fenced-in area. Usually they'll have one side for little dogs, one side for big dogs. Kind of sounds like a Dr. Seuss book, doesn't it? Big dogs, little dogs. Where are all the dogs? I don't think that was in a book, but that's how I speak. You're going to have a place to take your dog in real grass and run around, which is great. The rest of the time, you can take your dog on a daily walk, and generally that's how you're going to meet a lot of people. People always want to talk to you about your dog. They may not want to talk to me, but if I have a dog with me, I've thought about renting a dog so I could meet people. But it is very pet friendly. Usually in most restaurants in Arizona, not most, some, you can take a dog on a patio. I don't know here at Pebble Creek where we're filming today if you can do that, but some places you can take your dog on a patio. You're not going to take your dog unless it's a true service support dog. You can take it in with its vest on if it's trained. to be in any restaurant for that matter. But if you just want to take your pet to dinner, you could be on an outside patio. But people in these communities love pets. The community developers know we love our pets, and they have built them accordingly. So that's a big deal for many, if not most people, and something to be considering. Yes, you can bring your pets when you make the move to a 55 plus community. Now, number 13 is access to outdoor activities and recreation. That would be things like hiking, biking, things like that. Very important. And most of our Arizona communities are in close proximity to hiking trails. You can walk in every community, and you can also go boating near many communities. Yes, Outsiders Arizona does have enough water for lakes. And if you have a boat or you want to rent a boat for an afternoon, or if you want to rent a slip, you can park your boat there. So outdoor recreation is a big thing. If you're living either in Phoenix or down in Tucson, there are within a short distance. In Phoenix, you go to Flagstaff. Tucson, it's 40-ish minutes to Mount Lemmon. But skiing. Now, this is not skiing the Alps, Olympic-style skiing. But if you just need a fix, or your grandkids come and you want to take them for a day to see the snow if they've never seen it, that's a big deal around here, you can do that. Get a little winter fix, drink some hot cocoa, drive back down the hill to your real life. But we do want close proximity to those outdoor things. What I want you to think about is you don't want to plan your entire life inside the community. That would get old real fast. When we're younger, we're still able to go and drive and do things. Outdoor recreation is a big deal, and the developers of the communities really know that, especially the brand new communities. They are strategically placing them where they can have access to hiking trails. Some, Victory at Verrado and my community in Scottsdale, each have their own hiking trails. So that is kind of a big plus for a lot of people. Not everybody wants to just play pickleball at 9 a.m. Some people just want to go out for a run or a hike. We've got you covered in our 55 plus communities, and people who are already here are loving that feature. Number 14 on the list is well-designed homes. Guys, this is a no-brainer. These developers know us. They have studied this. They have focus groups. Trust me, I've been in the focus groups. I know what they ask. And they're asking what we want, everything from A to Z. They know we all want a one-level home. They know we might want a little bit wider hallways. They know that we want the option of a zero-entry shower. Now, do I need that today? No, but when I injured my ankle, I wish I would have had one. If you end up in a wheelchair when you're older, zero-entry shower is important. These developers have design teams that know that about us. They have made the homes so that we can age in place. This is not a situation where you're going to live here for 3 years and then, oh, I'm old, I have to leave now because I can't do stairs. No, you would not want stairs in a 55-plus community. And there are some plans. For instance, Robeson has a plan now that is a 2-story villa, so a townhome. It has an elevator. I could do that all day long. It's a higher price, over $1 million, but you see what I'm getting at here, where they knew nobody's going to buy it with only a staircase. It does have a staircase, but you don't have to use that if you're not able. And if you're like me, you can go up the stairs, but coming down is a killer on your knees. I'm going to go up the stairs and I'm going to use the elevator coming down. These developers are smart. They know what we need to be able to make this move and then stay there for the duration until, I've been gone for a month and my kids finally call to see where I am. I'll be there in my one-level home. We're finally at the end. Number 15. That is a peaceful and calm environment. We all want peace. We don't want to live in the middle of the big city. That's why you don't find these communities in a high-rise in downtown, because people want to be out a little further. Now, some communities, were originally out further, and the city has grown up around them, but inside the gates is still a peaceful oasis. Many communities now, the newer ones, are building a spa on site. So you want to get to a next level of Zen-like feeling, you're going to have that at the spa in your very own community. Usually they'll give you a discount for the spa services, and I think that is a fantastic way to kind of decompress at the end of a long day. So peace and serenity are very important to people when they're choosing their community. I had to come back for more iced tea, but this is the 15. This is it, you guys. One thing I did forget to mention was 15 and a half is golf carts. Now, lots of people love being in a golf cart community, and they love to drive a golf cart. So that would be an extra bonus thing that people love about a 55 plus or active adult community. Some you can drive to your grocery store. Some there's no grocery store, but you could drive it to pickleball or to golf or to arts and crafts, whatever it is you want. But that's just a little bonus item for those of you that stayed this long. I like to provide a little extra. But basically, if you think you're a person who has an interest in a 55 plus community in Arizona, or as I mentioned earlier, anywhere in the country for that matter, I would love to have a chance to talk to you on a video chat or a phone call. Please reach out to us at the number below on the screen, and let's set a time to talk in the near future. I'm excited to meet with you.